Most of the people fail in e-commerce because they start with the product instead of the demand. In this video I'll show you how product managers find the demand, validate the product without gambling on some random trends or some guru advice on the internet. This isn't a list of trending products or some kind of shortcut for you, it's more of a process that product managers use to spot real demand and to reduce the risk before building anything. And it actually works for e-commerce as well. I'll split the tutorial into two separate parts. The first one, we'll talk about how to spot the market, how to find the user, what are their real pain points, and how to brainstorm a list of potential solutions for their problems. The second video will be focused more on making a list of assumptions regarding the product ideas and how to validate these assumptions without spending any dollar. But before we start, just remember that a business exists as long as it solves someone's problem. Okay, so what you see right now on the screen is basically the winning framework that any product on the internet is based on. Every single dropshipping company, SaaS business, application follows the same principle. The market, user, pain point, and the product. The biggest mistake, I repeat, is to start with the product without even validating the demand first. You have to find a growing market with stable users. You have to define the user persona first, like clear persona, relevant context for your product. Then you think about what are the main emotional or high severity problems that they face, and only after that you propose the product or the solution. So the rule of thumb is that any product is a solution. You have to change your way of thinking about building a company. It's not about the product, it's about the solving the pain point of your audience. So the first step in our framework or in our process of building a product, a winning product for our e-commerce, is to find the market and the users. In product management, we have a cool instrument called mind mapping. It's basically a diagram when we brainstorm different industries, different niches, different user personas to to spot the demand, to think about in the right direction. So this diagram is pretty useful. You basically think about the industries that you might be interested in or you have a passion about, or I don't know, your family is into an industry that it's around you, and you put all of them on the diagram. In this case, I have 4 simple industries that I'm into, I'm surrounded. So I love fitness, I go to the gym, my wife is into beauty and wellness, I have a dog, so pet industry, education, of course, I invest a lot in education. When choosing an industry, you should really think about the trend. Is it growing or is it shrinking? Because you don't want to end up into a shrinking economy. You want something that's growing long term, that you have a room, that you have user to capture, and that you have the potential to grow the revenue. Take fitness, for example. Go into Google, type the compound average growth of fitness industry, and you'll find out that it's still growing, it's not shrinking, people are still into the health, wellness, fitness, getting into shape and so on. So fitness is a great, it's crowded, but it's a great starting point. And when you decide on the potential of the industry, you should also research the keywords that people in this industry use. For example, I don't know, gym, equipment, yoga mat, and so on. So you go to Google Trends, you type in the industry, you type in the niches, and you look at the early demand or what people are looking for, what's the keywords trending, because based on this trend, based on the growth rate, you will also brainstorm the list of sub niches. For the sake of the example, I took fitness because I love fitness, as I repeat. And what are the sub niches of fitness? Of course, we have classic gym, we have Pilates, we have yoga, we have CrossFit, we have cycling, anything related to fitness. Recently I spotted that my wife is really into Pilates, and I was interested why. And basically, an interesting found or an interesting thing for me was that the girls and women going to Pilates, they like the routine, but they also like being a part of the community. So really interesting thing to spot here in the Pilates sub-niche. Once we decide on the industry, potential sub-niche, we think about the users that are into this industry and niche. As a general thing, we might brainstorm that there are beginners, there are regular people going to the gym, yoga and so on, taking classes. There are also instructors, personal trainers, and maybe at-home learners, those who don't have time or don't have the motivation going into the gym, so they prefer training at home. For this example, for this framework, let's stick to the Pilates niche or sub-niche of the fitness industry, and let's research what would be the potential product that we could offer to the users in this niche of fitness. Before we even think about the products that we could offer, let's build the persona, the potential user of our product. Who are we talking to with our products? Who is our brand talking to when we post something on social media? Who we attract to our brand. This is really important to know exactly who are you speaking to when you advertise the product, when you build the brand, when you build the features, and so on. So what I've noticed is that the main category of users in the Pilates niche of the fitness are women between 25 and 35 years old that choose Pilates as an alternative to the gym and strength training, and for this feeling of being a part of the community. Once we have the market, the niche, the persona, the general user persona defined, it's time to think about their potential pain points that they faced, the problems, the wishes, and so on. So a really underrated tool is social media, and not the TikTok, not the Instagram, but actually YouTube. YouTube, I discovered for myself, is a really great place to go and look for user journeys, to assess their friction points, their wishes, to spot some early adopter signals, and even some products that they want, or they use the keywords in their videos. They might want the product at the psychological level. So what I want you to do is basically take the user persona, let's say Pilates girl, go to YouTube and type day in life of the Pilates girl, or routine, morning routine of the Pilates girl. I spotted that they also use the term that girl, which is really interesting. They define this community of theirs with that girl. So go to YouTube, open 10 videos of the routine, daily habits, daily routine of the Pilates girl, that girl, and so on. Open those 10 videos, and I don't want you to look at all of them. Just copy the transcript of the video, paste it into ChatGPT, and then ask it to look for what user already wants, what the user talks about emotionally, products that they wish existed, and early adopter signal. In my case, I spotted that they have these things in common. So 4 pillars of our user research. They care about the skin, so skincare. They want simplicity in their lives, and they want the feeling of the community. What they talk about emotionally is that they spend too much time scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or any social media. They don't want to be embarrassed at the Pilates studio, so that's why they try to keep up with trends, to buy stuff that make them that girl, Pilates girl, and so on, that gives them this feeling of the community. And they also struggle emotionally with making friends easier, so that's why they might choose Pilates instead of solo going to the gym. Pilates is more like interaction, community, group of girls, and so on. Products they wish existed. So I noticed that they kind of struggle to find a brand that offers a one-stop kit for Pilates girls. Grip socks. Every single video mentioned the grip socks. So it's a really important item for the day-to-day routine of the Pilates girl. And they specifically mentioned the cute grip socks. And they also want some aesthetic workout mat. The early adopter signal, so the users in this niche already buy products, they are willing to spend their money, they post their routine, and they share cute outfits, cute training routines, get ready with me to the gym, to the Pilates, and so on. So they have the pattern already there. We don't have to educate them about anything. We just have to offer the right products, the right solution to their pain points. Again, you can go on other social platforms for discovery like TikTok, Instagram, and look for hashtags like Pilates girl, that girl, Pilates mommy. Look for the comment section, what they mention there, what they want, what they ask about, and so on. So all of this exercise led me to the idea that a starter kit opportunity for the Pilates girl exists in the market. There is this potential of building an e-commerce around giving a one single stop for any women, any person that wants to go into Pilates. They just enter the website, buy everything there, some cute aesthetic mat, some water bottle, grip socks, anything they want, any accessories they want for being included in that community of Pilates girls. So up to this point, we have defined a market, we have defined a potential user persona, we brainstormed or we identified some of the pain points that they might have during our research on social media. Now it's time to think about the 10 product solutions or 10 product ideas that could fulfill the needs, solve the problems that the Pilates girls have in this niche, and we should prioritize them. And I actually have a framework for this. Basically, you put all of the product ideas that you have in a list, and you evaluate them against these 4 criteria. First of all, we have to think about how big is the pain. Larger the pain, the more willingness to pay the money for your solution. The next criteria is the willingness to pay. Is the user actually interested in paying for this solution? Is it easy to target? So can we easily target the audience that we are interested in with our products? And is it a growing market? Of course, obviously we already thought about it, but it's important to remember that we are looking for growing market. Here on the list I have 3 potential solution ideas for the sake of the example. So first one, we have Starter Kit shop. Stop scrolling up for that girl or Pilates girl, basically replacing the doom scrolling with something useful, with something that they can relate to, something that they can share with in their community, and so on. And the last idea on the list is something that every girl in the YouTube videos was complaining about is the skincare, is the premature aging, and so on. So I had this anti-aging Korean masks idea, and yeah, so now we have 3 ideas. We put them against the framework to decide which one we actually should pursue, which one we should actually focus on. So first one, Pilates Starter Kit shop. Is the pain big? Yes, in my opinion, because the girls on social media mentioned that they want a one-stop shop for them to start Pilates easily. They just order anything they want, anything they need to just be delivered at their door, and next day they go to the Pilates classes. Do they have willingness to pay? Yes, it's proved. It's the user persona in this category is basically already educated enough to spend money on things they need for their well-being. Are they easy to target? Yes, we could target them directly with ads. We could use hashtags like Pilates, Pilates girls, that girl, and so on. We could also use personal trainers at Pilates classes to help us basically building an affiliate market to distribute our products, and the market is obviously growing. We said that Pilates is a growing market. The next idea is a stop scrolling up for that girl, and the pain is really big. We live in a society that is driven by social media, driven by endless scrolling and so on. And again, they have the willingness to pay. It's not that easy to target with an app, but it's still manageable. And it's again a growing market. Application market is growing. The niche applications are growing. So this solution is actually pretty interesting to me. And the anti-aging Korean masks. It's a crowded market, first of all, so the pain is there, but comparing this pain to the other two, I think this one scores a little bit lower. Again, they have the willingness to pay, they're easy to target, and it's a growing beauty market. So now we pretty much have the idea of what product we are trying to follow, what are the main ideas that we should explore, but it's not yet time to spend your money on buying stock and starting running ads. At this point, we have the list of ideas. Next, it's time to build assumptions around this idea and try to validate them without spending anything, without even looking for a supplier or ordering the first samples. This is really important. In this video, to wrap things up, we found the market, found the users, we explored their pain points through the social media, through finding patterns in their speech, in their routine, and so on, and finding the friction points and the willingness to pay for the solutions. And we have a list of potential ideas prioritized against some criterias that will help us in the future to build the right product. In the next video, I'll tell you more about how to build assumptions and how to validate them correctly as a product manager, and for you to not lose money in your business that you are trying to build. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next video.